We have uncovered so many important structures that prove this temple functioned as a temple during the time of Queen Cleopatra and the Greek pharaohs. What the researchers believe to be the tomb of Cleopatra has just been discovered. Even though it is what they have been searching for a long time, it contains the truth about the pyramids. Queen Cleopatra has captured the minds of scholars for countless centuries, but unfortunately, they have been unable to find where she was buried, until recently, when archaeologists announced that it has been found. However, this discovery has led to even more shocking phenomena, as the discovery of Cleopatra's tomb revealed the truth about the pyramids. What did archaeologists find about the pyramids? Come with us as we explore how the tomb of Cleopatra was discovered and the truth it revealed about the pyramids. Cleopatra's final moments are well known, or are they? Who doesn't know about Cleopatra? Maybe a few people have not exposed themselves to history or even civilization. No matter who you face for answers, they definitely have something to say about Cleopatra. But whatever they say, be sure it is not as deep as what we know about Cleopatra or the things written after her death. According to Plutarch, an ancient Greek writer who was one of the first people to give us a written document about the final moments of Cleopatra's reign, the queen's death occurred because of her love for her husband. The Roman general Mark Antony was Cleopatra's husband, and he fell on his sword on the day that Augustus and his Roman forces invaded Egypt and captured the great city of Alexandria. As he drew his last breath, Cleopatra was right beside him. After Antony's death, Cleopatra laid him to rest in her mausoleum. She waited for 2 weeks before she entered the mausoleum again to make offerings. She then poured libations, a drink offered to a deity for offerings, with her hands, and soon she passed away. All of that was according to what Plutarch wrote. Nobody knows what happened for real, but the most popular belief is that she got an asp to bite her. We also believe that after Cleopatra died, she was buried right next to Mark Antony in the mausoleum. It was a sequence of bitter days for the family, as Antony's son Marcus Antonius and Cleopatra's son Ptolemy XV Caesar were both killed by the Roman forces. It is speculated that their bodies were also placed in the mausoleum with their parents. But hey, none of those people who lived then are alive today. While researchers are looking for Cleopatra's tomb, knowing that Cleopatra and Antony were buried next to each other in a mausoleum is a good start. Now the question is, where is the mausoleum? I'll help, probably lost together with Alexandria. Researchers don't seem to want to believe that, as they continued in their quest for Cleopatra's mausoleum. This search led them to various discoveries to compensate for their long years of hard work. 2 mummies at Taposiris Magna were discovered while researchers were searching for Cleopatra's tomb. These mummies date back to the time of Cleopatra, and because of how we believe Cleopatra and Antony were buried, many people think this discovery is sensational, believing that the mummies belonged to Cleopatra and Antony. The tomb has been sealed for 2,000 years, and the mummies were found covered in gold leaf. This signifies that the mummies belonged to rich and powerful people, as only people of that status were buried that way. While some believe that the mummies might be Cleopatra and her husband, others believe that the individuals might have had a close relationship with Cleopatra herself. The mummies were difficult to identify as they had been damaged by water and other natural elements. Because of that, they were X-rayed. The result of the X-rays showed that the mummies belonged to a man and a woman. After the result was announced, some people speculated that they were priests who played important roles in keeping the pharaohs in power. One of the mummies even has a gold leaf painting of a scarab, which was a symbol of rebirth. Headless statue of King Ptolemy IV. For so many years of research, no one has ever been able to find the tomb of any Ptolemaic pharaoh, including Cleopatra. But as the 2 mummies were discovered, researchers saw it as a very significant discovery. Many archaeologists believe that Cleopatra's tomb is at the Taposiris Magna, but specifically, Dr. Kathleen Martinez holds that belief more strongly than anyone else. She had been leading excavations at Taposiris Magna for over 14 years and never stopped because she strongly believed she would one day find what she's been looking for. As of now, only a small part of Taposiris Magna has been explored, and there they found a burial chamber containing 2 mummies. On the chamber was a limestone slab, which was removed with a chisel and hammer, revealing a small hole through which the researchers were able to see the mummies. On top of that, they discovered a headless statue that belonged to King Ptolemy IV, one of Cleopatra's ancestors. A foundation plate was also retrieved at the site, which shows that the temple was once dedicated to the goddess Isis. Cleopatra and Isis. During the time Cleopatra reigned as a queen in Egypt, she proclaimed herself as the human incarnation of Isis and was also considered to be so by her people. Well, this next discovery might just show the direct relationship between the two. Researchers discovered over 200 coins bearing Cleopatra's name and face at the temple altar. At the altar, the priests made offerings to the gods. These coins are direct links between Cleopatra and Isis. But that's not all. The coins also depict the image of Cleopatra, which is not absolutely what we have imagined and seen. Though we can't say for sure if that was what Cleopatra looked like, researchers believe that it is how she would have wanted to be seen, as the coins were made under her instructions directly. These coins have a lot of usefulness, as they also help to date archaeological sites. It also shows that the coins might have been the currency spent during the reign of Cleopatra. Its findings clearly show that there was a relationship between the temple and Cleopatra, which is also a step forward in finding Cleopatra's tomb. Road to Cleopatra's tomb. What better time to bring you this discovery, if not now? So fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be an amazing ride to the tomb of Cleopatra. The search for Cleopatra's tomb began about 20 years ago, and it's been a tough ride since. But now it seems it all paid off. They discovered a tunnel of 1,305 meters, which is 13 meters below ground level. This tunnel was named a geometric miracle by scientists because of its amazing architecture. After this site was excavated, it revealed the location of a huge religious center that is made up of 3 sanctuaries and a sacred lake. In the tunnel, over 1,500 objects were found, which included busts, golden pieces, statues, and a massive collection of coins depicting Alexander the Great, Queen Cleopatra, and the Ptolemies. But of all these discoveries, the most important of all is the intricate network of tunnels that led to the Mediterranean Sea and underwater structures.